one of the new things that we have in Bridge is just really a different way of doing something. It's a more visual way of doing something. So I think overall you'll be happy with it. It is creating a PDF, whether it's a PDF presentation or a contact sheet, as well as web galleries. So we used to be able to go under the tools menu and go down the Photoshop here, and those automations used to be right inside of here. All right, PDF presentation, contact sheet, and web gallery. Well, they're not inside here anymore. They're actually located now inside of this little output button at the top menu bar. So the way it works here is just open a folder full of images, come up here to output, and just choose output to web or PDF, and everything is inside of the same dialog or same panel over here on the right side, if you will. This is where you do all of it. So right now I have web gallery chosen. We'll start there. You've got some options for some different templates inside here, so you can just click on maybe just click on a different option, and then when you want to change it, just hit refresh preview, and you'll see and before you hit refresh preview, make sure you come down here, select an image, or I'll come down here to select all, and then hit refresh preview, and it's going to actually change what you see in the middle here. And that's pretty neat, because the way the web gallery used to work, we used to have to actually output the whole entire thing to see what it's going to look like. So now you can come in here, you can refresh the preview, or you can choose to preview it directly inside of a browser. And that way you can tweak it and try to get, some fine-tuned results in there. You're going to have the basic same information that we could always do inside of a web gallery. So, all the site information, all of your contact information. You can change all of the colors inside of here, as well as changing any of the information about the photos themselves. How large are they going to be? What's the text size? If it is inside of a slideshow like this is right here, this is like a little mini slideshow. What should that slide duration be? All the naming information and stuff. And what's nice about this is you can save it to a disk, which means there's two options here. Save to disk is what you would do if you're not necessarily the web savvy type, and you usually give all of your web stuff to somebody to go put online for you. Okay? Well, you save this to a disk and browse it, save it to a folder on your desktop, and just hit save. And then it gives you a folder that you just hand off to somebody, and they'll know, whoever is savvy on the web will know how to get it online. Or if you are savvy on the web and you have your own website and you have your own web host and whatnot, then what you do is you can actually upload directly to the web server from within here. You put in your FTP server and your username and password and all that information, which if you have your own website, your web host will give you all this information, and you can click upload, and it's going to upload directly from within Bridge, upload onto that website. So you've got two options, save to disk or upload. Now let's check out PDF. PDF gives us two things, actually. It gives us the PDF, the contact sheet, and it gives us a PDF presentation, which is something if we had images or photos that we wanted to send to a client and not necessarily just attach into emails. We wanted to send them an official presentation that they could open up and view large on screen. Then we can use PDF presentation for that. So you'll see up here inside template, you've got some different options inside there. If you want to create a contact sheet, you can choose one of the contact sheet options, and then you can come down here and change all the information, the size and the columns and the rows and the grid and whatnot. The only thing that's a little weird about this is it doesn't automatically update. Notice we're still looking at the web gallery. So you've got to come in here and hit refresh preview. And when you do that, you'll see that it's generating the preview on the screen here. Okay? If I come down here to the rows and the columns, if I change it to, let's say, 5 by 5, and notice when I kind of get out of that field, it doesn't change it on screen for me here. I've got to come up here and hit refresh preview. So if I had any one thing I'd like to see improved, when I change a setting, I'd like to see it actually change on the screen here, or at least give me maybe a really low resolution preview that changes automatically. But anyway, just want to make you aware of it. You got to hit that refresh preview button. The other thing here is if you're going to go with more of the PDF presentation, then you'll choose something like maximum size, and this is what you could send to the client. Now, the one thing to keep in mind here is that you have the same settings that you'd normally have for creating that PDF right inside of this panel here. So you've got your paper size. This is one of the things I used to tell people, and it was buried inside of the PDF security dialog, was passwords. If you don't want anybody to be able to open this, let's say you are sending, some confidential material, you can put a password protection on it. You can also put permissions passwords for maybe disabling printing. So if you are sending a high resolution document to somebody and you want them to be able to print it, but you don't want anybody to be able to print it, then you could permission enable printing, which means that they'll be able to open it and look at it, but they're not going to be able to print any high-res stuff out unless they know the password. All right? Then you've got your other usual suspects down here. What's a neat one, if you take a look right down, see that down there? That's the file name. That's very useful if you're creating a PDF presentation and you're sending it to a client, because if they get it and there's 50 photos in it, how do they tell you which ones they like the best? So if there's no file name on there, they gotta say, yeah, I like the one of the guy catching the ball, but there's 10 photos of a guy catching the ball. So it's really difficult. We can come down here and you can include the file name onto the bottom of each document, and also you can change the font size and whatnot. All right, and when you're done, just come down here. You can view the PDF after saving. Just hit your save button down here, and it's going to save the PDF to, wherever you tell it to on your computer's hard drive, which then, if it's a contact sheet, you can open it up and you can print it. If it's a PDF presentation, you can throw it into an email and you can send it off to somebody.